Day 5. Choose faith. I'm going to go ahead and choose faith today as I make a public declaration. Though only I see my videos in God, that I am finished. I took this as far as I could go to make as much peace as possible, all for the right reasons, keeping in sexual sin, and God hates sexual sin, and I hate to be a hypocrite. So I wrote an extra 16 seconds for Lane, and I'm a little bit, a lot. They can't find words. So let's just talk about this, okay? Choose faith. When you get angry, get your passion. It's God or the devil. Which dog are you feeding? I'm feeding my spirit woman, not my cave woman. Choose faith. Be on guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. 1 Corinthians 16:13. I love these words. I love God's precepts and order. I freaking love them. And I am over. And accept that I had to learn unconditional love in the spirit. I have to master the angle in the spirit. And it's almost impossible, even with God out here being gang stalked and hated and chosen and all these things that I never had a clue existed. No one to teach me. No one to hold my hand. No one to say, there. You're going to be okay. You are okay. You're not crazy. No, I'm not fucking crazy. Excuse my mouth. I'm having a moment. Been in transformation for 8 years straight. I'm exhausted. And overly stimulated and underly stimulated on every level. I mean, it's really hard to love the hell out of people, to ripen, and to fight this World War III as we're called to do in the fruit of the Spirit. Because it's not an option, it's not a mere suggestion. From 5:17 to 5:17, mere brokenness to the new creation, which is the precept of you, is what we're supposed to get back to. We ain't got no time, people. I'm pretty sure this is the time to say repent. We gotta, heaven, whatever that is, repent. Repent. Which I just even think it's going to be a little difficult and weird that there's not even going to be like tobacco in the perfect world that we're approaching. That we will soon, in this lifetime, I mean, I believe, I feel, I hear in my core, that we will be told either come, welcome, good and faithful servant. You've done well, enter. Forget exactly what it says. Or depart from me. Can you imagine? Your eyes. In God's eyes. That's all, you can feel it clearly, because you can't feel nothing now. I mean, you need a way back to feeling, you better think about this. Because there ain't no room for pride and cockiness where perfection lies. And we're being called to that. We're supposed to try to be perfect. Be perfect, for I am perfect. Be holy, for I am perfect. Be holy, for I am holy. It says everything. And all for the reverence, because we get to. God didn't need us. He wanted us. Now he needs us to save ourselves. To let him save us. I'm so scattered. I have no order. So whenever I think about talking on these things, I just get it out of my mind, because there's so much. I have so much. And I feel so much. And I have learned so much throughout all of this hate, as they left me for dead several times, several different ways, intentionally making my death look like an accident. God said no. I mean, it's a big deal. It's going to happen with or without us. And these wicked people doing sorcery and changing reality and like killing people and hurting me doing all these things to me and mine, I just think, holy fuck. Like, and I'm that stupid? I mean, and I still care about these people. God's good. It's easy to love people who love us, but it's how easy is it to actually really care about, pray about, love in the spirit, mean it? Talk about a dream come true. Talk about a fantasy if I ever had one myself. I never knew I could be so good or loving. I always wanted that. You look at these people and you want that. You want their goodness and the light that literally shines around them. You're like, well, if I didn't believe in God now, I do when I look at her because that's proof. And that's the kind of thing that if we just get it in order and get it correct and get our mutual love in life, our perfect God ordained spouse, the struggle is real, but the abundance is meant to be. And if we don't get the wrong ones out of our way, how can God ever put the right one in our path? We won't. We settle way too often. Compromise who we are. While it's important to compromise to be with another, it is vitally important not to compromise who we are. And we have to stand for whose we are because we represent Him. We get to represent God and love and sacred union and goodness and joy and peace and patience and forgiveness and delight and pleasure. And as Romans 8:18 says, and I believe Him, and we need to believe Him, that the sufferings of this world and this time will not compare to the joy that is to come. And right now, as we speak, God is working together for the good, all things, according to His purpose, timing, and will. I truly want my will and my timing and my purpose are God's. And I'm a hearer, but I haven't been being a doer of the word. And I do not like it that I've been lukewarm, because I don't want spat out. People perish for the lack of knowledge. You think if you don't know something, you're not going to be held accountable? That's just plain stupid. I was just trying to read this. They left me with no friends, family, car, job. I just for die, Ted. So thanks for being here. If you are, say something. Do you love snails? Bet you appreciate them. I feel like Eeyore lately. Ugh. And I appreciate everything. And I think it all sucks. Even when we feel fear, we can move toward faith, knowing that Christ is in us and we are in Him. Abide in me and I in you. When Peter saw Jesus walking on water and wanted to do the same, he climbed out of the boat and began taking steps. As long as he kept his eyes on Jesus, he did indeed walk on water. But when he focused on the waves around him, he grew frightened and started to sink. Jesus reached out and saved him, but he also lovingly rebuked him for great fear and his little faith. I love it when God tells me I'm a woman of great faith, because he does. Peter could have chosen faith and continued walking on water, but he chose fear instead, and Jesus had to rescue him. The feeling of fear will never completely disappear from our lives, but whatever we need to do, we can do it afraid. Let me hear that better. Whatever we need to do, we can do it afraid. We are built equipped. And it's our God given right to, so we don't have to overthink or over explain it either. Having any respect to say anything sometimes is far beyond what they deserve. Then again, it is, because let me stop. I take some delusion medicine sometimes, and sometimes I think I don't want to take it. I don't want to take it. I don't think I should take it. You shouldn't